Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United 0, Brighton 4. It doesn't even work better when you try and do it the other way, does it? An absolute shambles that I didn't actually think would happen, but I'm not shocked it's happened. Brighton, not very good at home, but a decent side, absolutely demolishing Manchester United in an embarrassing fashion yet again. And look, I'm almost tired to say it, but what can Ralph Rangnick say after that game? What can the players come out and do? Marcus Rashford, Harry Maguire didn't start that game. They weren't part of the reason that we lost it. They've been terrible this season. They are a reason why we've been bad. But it runs far deeper. It's not just because of Harry Maguire or Marcus Rashford or the leaks. It runs deep through that whole football club. Everybody collectively in that squad has got to take responsibility. There's people who've downed tools. There's people who aren't good enough. There's people who can't be arsed. It runs deep. It runs deep. And Rangnick has to take responsibility for that today for the first time, I feel, in a very, very big way. Because his substitutions at half-time were bordering on baffling. And ultimately, we were playing a back five with McTominay and Fred. Ollie used to play a back four with McTominay and Fred. We were playing a back five with McTominay and Fred to try and keep the score down at 4-0 against Brighton. It's a shambles. You see Ronaldo shaking his head at 4-0 down and you think, you know what? Erik ten Hag, Harry Potter, we did magic this summer to try and get Ronaldo to stay. Because I look at him and I think he goes beyond his love for Manchester United. I think he looks at it and goes, you know what? What is the point? This team is absolutely miles away. And look, I know that Matic and Mata and Pogba and Cavani and Lingard are all going to go in the summer. And we know that Eric Bailly will go and we know that Phil Jones will go. I think we've got to be more proactive. I look at that team today and I don't see any point in keeping Dalot at the club, Telles at the club, Scott McTominay at the club. They're not good enough. They're never going to be good enough. McTominay was an absolute shambles again. He was shit against Chelsea, he was average against Brentford, and he was shit today. Basuma and Caicedo, I spoke about it in the preview. Basuma, why aren't we looking at him? He's massively energetic, he's good on the ball, he's used to playing pressing football, he's used to passing the ball. Why are we not in for a player like that? People will go, oh, you know what, Goldbridge, you've got no coaching badges. Sir Alex loves McTominay, Carrick loved him, Mourinho loves him, Rangnick loved him, Ollie loved him. As I said on the stream, I don't care, they probably all like Marmite, I wouldn't shit on it. He's crap, he's a crap holding midfielder. And it was exposed today. I don't know. He should have been sent off. He should have been sent off twice. One for the amount of fouls he made, and two just because he's pure shit. He's not a CDM. He's a box-to-box player. He's not a CDM. He's absolutely terrible. And I'll tell you why. You know, if you like your stats, I'll tell you why McTominay is crap. This will tell you the story of McTominay, right? Across the game, he had 45 passes. Fred, who came on at half-time, had 36. Matic, who went off at half-time, had 35. So Scott McTominay had 9 passes more than Fred and Matic, and yet he played 90 minutes and they played 45. He is an absolute abysmal player for Manchester United, and he should not be playing. He shouldn't be playing for Manchester United, and he's got to go. And Dalot is not good enough at right back. Wan-Bissaka's probably not good enough, but Dalot is not good enough. Telles is not good enough. We're terrible. Games are won and lost in the midfield. And people will say, well, the defence was good. Maybe the goalkeeper should have done better here. Ronaldo did nothing. Bruno was very bad. But games are won and lost in the midfield. We have one of the most expensive assembled squads ever. Our wage bill is one of the biggest in world football. We've been demolished by Leicester, Watford and Brighton this season. All right, Liverpool and Man City have demolished us, but they're two of the best teams in the world. But but Watford, Leicester and Brighton are not. And they've battered us this season with one of the best paid squads in the world. It is an abysmal reflection on these players. They are beyond an embarrassment. They are a disgrace. I am tired of saying it. I am tired of having to tell you how bad these players are. And I tell you what, when you're going to Brighton and you're 4-0 down after an hour, that's not a one-off. It is embarrassing. I mean, I genuinely look at it now and go, how do you even put a shirt on next season? How do you get any better? There's bounce and, you know, there's always a new manager bounce. Like a bounce, like a ball. Bounce it and it'll bounce. This is like bouncing roadkill. It ain't gonna bounce. It's dead. It's done. You can't bounce roadkill. They're rubbish. They're dead footballers. They're crap. And they're a disgrace. And we've been saying it all season, and I'm surprised how many times we have to keep saying it. They are rubbish. Rubbish attitude, rubbish mentality, and most of them rubbish footballers. You cannot polish a turd. Posh it. It's a word in itself. You cannot polish a turd. You cannot do it. I'm sure they go out and try, but some of them are not good enough. Some of them are good enough and don't try. Some of them aren't good enough and try. It's a bad mix. Look at Brighton today. Decent coaching, players who know the system playing for each other. And unfortunately, we got absolutely dominated in the midfield. And that is why we lost the game yet again. But I will just say on Ralph Rangnick, because we're going to do the player ratings, link in the video description, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, because I'm doing a Liverpool versus Spurs watch along in a quarter of an hour, so I'm going to go straight onto there from here. Hi Mark, I feel really sad watching this, says Mr. Dan United. Rangnick got it wrong at half time. McTominay was abysmal throughout the whole game. He should have took McTominay off, kept Matic on, who actually, look, Matic was going to tire, but he was getting on the ball. He was doing a much better job than McTominay. Fred needed to come on for McTominay, so that was a massive mistake, and it made the midfield worse, which felt impossible from the first half. And then Cucurella, who was dominating Elanga, was the best. I felt Brighton's unsung hero. He was playing really well in the first half. He dominated Elanga. In the second half, I don't even know what he did. He took Elanga off, which was right, but you needed somebody better to sit on Cucurella. Maybe Lingard could have done it. Maybe we could have brought, I don't know, maybe Phil Jones. I don't know. Something needed to be done. We took Elanga off, but Cavani on, who seemed to think he was meant to be holding hands with Ronaldo, and Cucurella had the freedom of the ground, scored a goal and made a goal, and we're 3-0 down. The fourth goal's stupid, it's on Delo, but the second and third goal come from Cucurella. He scores one and he creates one. And that's on the manager for me. So Matic never should have come off. McTominay should have done. And the Cucurella thing is just weird at this level to leave a player of that quality alone. So Rangnick's got to take the blame. I think today shows that trying to develop Delo and McTominay is a waste of time. Stephen, we need to buy a right back. Lamptey sat on the bench at Brighton, and Spence is available for under 20 million from Middlesbrough on loan at Forest. There's 2 right backs we can go and get there that are way better than anything that we've got. We need a right back, we need a left back, we need another centre back, we need 2 midfielders, we need 2 attackers. Let's be honest, this team basically needs a whole new 11. People want to replace De Gea as well, so that's another one. We basically, and Ronaldo wants to leave, so that's another one. Well, might want to leave. But brilliant audition for Basuma and Casado. I would be on the phone trying to get Basuma before today, but I'd certainly be trying to get him now. It's just a lack of effort. It's astounding how bad we are, and I think we are so used to it now that result would normally be venting. It almost feels stupid to vent because we're so used to it now. I think today shows that trying to develop. Yeah, we've done that one as well. Look, let's do the player ratings because ultimately this is what we're here for, isn't it? And I think it's where we'll get most of the answers on that game. But it was from the first 10 minutes. It was shocking. We didn't create anything. They were better than us. But I mean, Brighton are not the sort of team that scores 3 or 4 goals, and it's disgusting. Look, De Gea for me, I'd give him a 4 today. I don't know why he's getting an 8. I'd give him a 4. He's conceded 4 goals. Probably give him a 5 because he did make a good save at the end. But look, you concede 4 goals, it gets to the point where you can't be giving out average 6s, to be honest. Really, I don't think you can do that. Delo for me, I would probably give a 3. Okay. Let me just check something here. Right, the player ratings are off, so I'll give you mine. Something's happened. There's a problem in the back system, so I'll give you my player ratings. So yeah, I would give De Gea a 5. Ignore these. It's just there's a problem in the system. I've just had an email there. 5 for De Gea for me. He's conceded 4 goals. Delo 3. 3, 6 is average. I thought Delo was poor.
Had a massive part to play in the fourth goal, but just got dominated, really. Not good enough. Not good enough. Varane, a 4. Yeah, I thought he was not good. Not good. I mean, to be honest, Maguire actually looked very good when he came on, and that's how bad Varane was. So, yeah, not a good night for Varane. Lindelof again, a 4. I thought he was doing okay up until half time, but the defence fell apart in the second half. There's no doubt about that. Tellez, 3. He's just not good enough. I think he's got the heart and everything, but he ain't good enough. Matic was probably a 5.5 when he came off at half time. McTominay, 2. Just irritates me beyond belief now. He's just not good enough. Not good enough by a long way for Manchester United. And I don't know. I don't understand now why he's getting picked. I'm tired of hearing Rangnick rates him, Oli rates him, Mourinho rates him, Sir Alex rates him. Why does this matter? Sir Alex bought Jemba. Jose Mourinho's managing Roma in a Conference League final. Oli's out of a job and Rangnick's going to Austria. What's Carrick doing? So, look, they may well be greats of the game for different reasons, but it doesn't mean that their opinion is definitive. And at what point do you say, well, all these people think McTominay's great, but do we not have to see that evidentially on the football field? I don't care what he does in training. I don't care what his personality's like. This ain't a charity, it's Manchester United. All season, the only thing he's been good at is getting dominated by every midfield he plays against this season. Norwich, Brighton, Southampton, Chelsea, Liverpool, Everton. He gets dominated. And this is Manchester United. The single biggest reason we've had a shit season is because we didn't buy a holding midfielder in the summer. We bought Ronaldo, Sancho and Varane. There are good players around it, but if you've got no heart, you're going to die. Where's the heart? In the centre of your body. Where's the midfield? In the centre of your team. We've got no heart in that team. We can't function. There's no oxygen to the forwards. The legs are tired because the heart's not pumping. We've got no midfield. And we knew it last summer. And Ollie had the bloody balls to sit there going, yeah, the aim's to be in a title race in April. What? With no midfield? Like, it's the one reason. Mata probably give him a 4. He wasn't really at it today. Alanga probably gets a 3, to be fair. Bruno, 3. Ronaldo, I mean, look, he tries, but there's nothing going on, 5. Fred, 4. Cavani, probably give him a 5 as well. Maguire, give him a 5. He did all right when he came on. And Rangnick, for me, is a 3 as well because he had a bad game. So, look, you know, I think all in all, an absolutely shambolic performance. And I find myself almost, you know, beyond words as to how shit this is. We desperately need the summer now. We need the summer. We need to rebuild. But I would say, I said a couple of weeks ago, we need a sacrificial lamb. And a sacrificial lamb is when you get rid of a player you don't expect to get rid of. There is absolutely no way this club is going to get rid of McTominay or Delot or Rashford or Maguire. But I actually think they do need to get rid of a player like that because, or 2 of them or 3 of them, which is never going to happen. We're going to have a lot of players next season that are still here that aren't good enough, which is why the rebuild could take a long time because we already know the 8 or 9, 10 players that are going to go. And it doesn't include a lot of those players that were starting today. I don't think Delot goes. I don't think Tellez goes. I don't think Lindelof goes. I don't think McTominay goes or Fred goes. I don't think that any of them are going to go. And I don't think ultimately that, I think they're damaged goods. I do. I think they are damaged goods, and I think United are in big problems. And, you know, effort and personality, and he's a nice lad around the dressing room. It ain't good enough. You've just been battered by, like, it's an embarrassment as a professional footballer to be dominated by Brighton and lose 4-0. And anybody who knows anything about football will say, why did they get beat 4-0? Because the midfield got dominated. Well, who played in midfield? McTominay, Fred and Matic. And they've all got to look at, well, Fred will go, well, I only played 45 minutes. Matic will go, I only played 45 minutes. It was 1-0 when I came off. McTominay will go, yeah, I'll get my coat. Like, it was 1-0 when Matic came off. He can't have a massive blame in why we lost. If I'm Matic, I'm sat there on the coach home going, well, look, the goal was nothing to do with me, so therefore it was 0-0 when I came off. And also, we also lost the game because of the left-hand side, which is Delot's responsibility. So, and Rangnick's got to take blame for that as well. So, yeah, we lost 4-0. The defence was bad. The midfield was bad. the fact that the De Gea really couldn't do anything on any of the goals as well is astounding. But it's a massive job for Erik ten Hag. I hope he can do it because it's absolutely huge. And I'm just really, really disappointed. But, you know, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. Please smash a like on the video, if only for me and Man United fans who just deserve a bit of joy on a Saturday night. We deserve a like on the video because we have to keep watching this shit. It's the Man United fans who deserve Player of the Year award. We deserve a Bravery Award. If you're handing them out on ITV in a couple of months, Bravery Awards, give it to Man United fans for daring to watch us at the moment. We're absolutely shit, to be honest with you. But look, we haven't got a fan forum today because I'm going to do a Liverpool versus Spurs watch-along. It starts in about 3 minutes' time. So when I end this stream, it will push you onto that stream in the live chats and I'll be live with you in 3 minutes. We'll continue to talk about United during that game whilst watching it together. So please do join me for Liverpool against Spurs. It'll push you over there now. Smash a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. I'm literally going live again in 2 minutes for Liverpool against Spurs. I'll see you on that stream in a mo.